most significant new characters in Cars on the Road, Ivy was one of the most anticipated diecast releases. But with Mattel currently going through issues when it comes to releasing deluxes, we had to wait quite a while for her. But now we finally have her, not as a single package deluxe, as we're not getting any of those this year. Instead, she is exclusive to an Amazon exclusive 3-pack. As you can see, I already opened up this box on my haul video yesterday, but don't worry, Ivy and the other 2 cars included are safely inside. Anyway guys, welcome back to another review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Cars DC Disney Plus 3-pack HPL 999633, made in Thailand, contains one piece, Mattel. I'm just calling it the Ivy 3-pack, but I guess it is officially called the Cars Diecast Disney Plus 3-pack because, well, what else would it be, right? This contains Ivy and the 2023 updated Road Trip McQueen and Mater, which I reviewed just a few weeks ago. Also inside the box, you will find this little sheet of cardboard that shows Ivy, Road Trip McQueen, and Road Trip Mater. Maybe I'll put this in my background somewhere, maybe down here. I don't know. Of course, McQueen and Mater just came out. I just reviewed them a few weeks ago. Ivy's really the star of the show here. I will very briefly take a look at them, but again, I did full reviews on both of these just 2 or 3 weeks ago. Amazon seems to always have problems when it comes with making Cars merchandise. Look, the blister is not big enough to fully fit McQueen. In fact, you could sort of get him to pop out quite a bit, which is unfortunate. But yeah, this is the 2023 Road Trip McQueen update. Got that sort of nervous smile going on. Very, very nice looking McQueen. Again, I did a full review of this a few weeks back, so check that out if you'd like to see more of my thoughts on it. Really like this Mater as well. Very over-the-top expression, but a very fun, a very Mater expression that really shows off a lot of his personality. Very, very nice. Of course, him being all raised up is a very cool touch. Again, check out my full review of him. And then finally, we have Ivy. Now, Ivy's been kind of controversial when it comes to her diecast because they made some interesting choices with it. I've heard a lot of people say they're not a really big fan of her expression. I think her expression kind of grew on me. I don't think it's the most in-character expression. It does look a little generic, but I don't know. I think it has grown on me a bit. Some people have been saying it looks kind of dead inside, which, yeah, I can see that, but I don't think it's bad. Just because not much is going on with the eyebrows doesn't mean she looks dead inside. She's got a grin going on there. I think the eyes are a bit too big, honestly, and yeah, would have preferred a different expression, a bit less generic, but I don't know, I don't mind. For a more significant character, I don't mind a generic expression because, again, you could have her have a lot of different emotions conveyed with that face, and I do think it still is in character. I think the Disney Store did a much better expression for her, and I've also heard a lot of people saying the plastic Ivy released in the playset last year also has a better expression, which, yeah, I think so as well. I think the real problem with Ivy is the color scheme here. I really don't know what Ivy's color scheme is supposed to be, depending on where you look. Even just a quick Google search, just to make sure I was correct with how I felt about her color scheme, I just Googled Disney Cars Ivy, and look at this wide variety of color schemes you get for her. That is an Ivy, but okay. You could see from this just regular old image of Ivy, it's pretty blurry because it comes from the Cars sticker book. In the show, she is more of this sort of teal color, and she changes to more of a blue in the back. Honestly, I think the Disney Store car went a bit overboard with how dark that blue is, as did her mini racer, which I'll just grab. If you'll excuse me, Zombie Scarlet Witch, I gotta take this from under you real quick. I think the mini racer went a bit too over the top with that dark color as well. The mini racer actually made her metallic, which is also very nice. The mini racer has a really bad expression. But yeah, I don't really know. I mean, I don't know. I think the best color scheme for Ivy is a mix between this color and this color. This is more of sort of a green, this is more of sort of a blue, and I think you need a combination to reach this. But Ivy is also a character where, depending on the lighting, her color is very different. And again, you'll see the big plastic Ivy makes her more of sort of a green, so she is kind of difficult to do. But one thing everyone could agree on is her color does fade to a darker blue in the back, which they really didn't do here, which is just kind of unfortunate. They did give her some more green going on the sides here. Yeah, I don't really know how I feel about her color scheme. I think it could have been better, but again, Ivy really has different colors depending on the lighting, and all of these honestly kind of depict her with different lighting, these 3 pieces of Ivy merchandise. You could see, looking at this, the prototype shows that she actually was originally going to be metallic, it seems, which looks pretty nice. I don't really mind Ivy using a flat color. I think that's perfectly fine. My problem is the color they chose for her. And again, the lack of that sort of fading design, even though the other merchandise did it a bit too intensely. Just a subtle fade to a darker blue would have been nice. So, yeah. I don't know. I think there are definitely some things that could have looked better on her, but at the end of the day, I think a lot of people are just happy to get her in the first place. It's just, again, could have looked better. If you're concerned she's a bit too small, I was, but no, she towers over Craig Faster, the last monster truck we got, who was a pickup. Because you got to remember, Ivy's just a regular pickup truck with monster truck wheels, and yeah, she towers over other cars. I think that's pretty accurate. If you're wondering her scale compared to, let me go grab some of the monster truck Mater guys real quick. Gee, oh wow, yeah, she is very much in scale with these, maybe even a little taller. She doesn't have the sort of moving suspension that these have. I wasn't expecting her to. Does Craig have it? Oh yeah, I guess he does. Alright, so I guess that's a little disappointing because of course Ivy was dancing around a lot in the show, but whatever. Again, there are some downsides here. I wonder if they would have included these things if she weren't an Amazon exclusive. If she were just a regular deluxe, you know, maybe they would have had a bit of a higher budget for her and could have implemented some stuff like that. I don't know. I have no clue, honestly. I don't work at Mattel. I don't have full insight here. But yeah, I don't know. It feels to me a little more half-baked than a lot of what Mattel makes. Like, typically, the Mattel diecasts are the definitive versions of characters. This leaves a bit to be desired. I like the sides here with the flames, and I like the sort of subtle green there. I really like the gold here. I really like the metallic gold. Of course, the rest of Ivy's gold is just plastic. Gold on plastic is never going to look as good as gold on metal does. Obviously, these have to be plastic insert pieces, but you know, you can't make it as metallic, and that's perfectly fine. I really do like that nice reflective gold in her wheels. I also really, really like her wheels. They look like they're rubber tires. They're not. They're just really, really nice, smooth plastic. I really like that. Moving on to the back, she's actually missing a license plate, which is accurate. And oh, look at that. Wow. I did not expect that. Look at this. They painted in all of the details between her base and her wheels, it looks like. Yeah, they're all painted in gold and stuff. At least some of them are. Yeah, her suspension is painted in. These parts directly above the wheels aren't, but all of this is painted in, which is really, really cool. And then there is a look at her base. So yeah, looks pretty good. It's just good to have Ivy. I don't think it's... And I honestly, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think the Disney Store did it a bit better. I think it just looks a bit more like her in terms of facial expression and color scheme, although neither of these color schemes are really accurate. Like I said, a lot of it comes down to the lighting. So yeah, I think your mileage will vary on how you feel about this item. I think it's alright. Could be a bit better. Wow, this Mater is really... Huh. By the way, this whole 3-pack is made in Thailand. The matte paint on this Mater is really, really strong. Mater usually isn't this matte. It's so matte, it feels kind of fuzzy. That is really unpleasant to touch. But yeah, there is this 3-pack. As you can see, all 3 cars, Lightning, Mater, and Ivy. Let me know what you think about it. Let me know what you think about Ivy. I think it's a solid interpretation of a character all of us have been waiting for. It could be a bit better, but at the end of the day, it is nice to get her. And I'm excited to see if they'll do any variants of her in the future. I think Mattel made the best out of a bad situation. They understood Ivy was important. Even though they couldn't make deluxes, they made sure they still made her. And even if that resulted in a slightly inferior product, I don't know if it did. I don't know if that's the cause of it, or if it's just, you know, based... It was probably based on early concept art for Ivy or something like that, like what happened with the zombie cars. So, we don't know the full story. Whoa. But I think they made the best of a bad situation. That being that they couldn't make deluxes, and they still made a pretty solid version of this character. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye now.